I'm Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. We're going to be talking about some targets today. They're manufactured by a company called Shooting Targets7, and it's veteran owned and operated. It also uses USA steel, and they're made in the USA. Kind of like our Henry always says, made in the USA or not at all. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do is talk to you about a new design that they have. It's a patent pending one, and it's called Ultra Mega. It's just, to me, I think this is going to be a super target, and it's even got its own type of a bracket, and we're going to talk about that. And here's the target, by the way, and this right here we're going to talk about in a little bit. I'm going to lay it over here. This is the target itself, and you can see the difference. The gong, which you'd normally have your gong coming around here, and then there'd be a hole up here to hang it onto a hook or something rather like that. This is different. It's got this notch here, it's got that hole. It's because it's got its own bracket. And they've got a system too that is a swinging type of a target that can even be made into a spinner type. It's quite a system, but that one we're not going to talk about because I can't show it to you. I don't have any of that stuff. But hopefully I'll be getting some, and then we'll talk about it. Now, this, you can see that it's very silvery color, and we're going to talk about that and a little bit more in a moment. But by it being this is what they call a zinc plating on it. This is, by the way, this is a 12-inch AR600. And why do I want to get this 600? Well, according to Mark, the gentleman that has the company, he says that this will work well with my 223 ammo, like I was firing out of the Henry single shot and also the Ruger AR556. And if you remember the gongs that we were using out there, and we had an AR550 it was. Now that should not have pitted either with the Norma frangible ammo. Mark says this won't. So we're going to be finding out on it because we are going to use it out there. Now, I'm just going to talk to you about the target. First, we're going to lay this down. You can see what it's like, the design. And I wanted to talk to you about that first because we're going to lay that there. I want to get it completely out of the way. This is the bracket. And you've got several different parts. Now, why would you have this? Well, you can see there are these spacers right here. Well, you tighten that down. I'm not going to do it all the way because I want to show you what else it'll do. You tighten it down, and you got this right in here. And what that's for is you put that on a T-post so that you got a T-post hanger. And then the target goes right into here. There's a nut and bolt, which I'll show you. There's a nut and bolt right in here. You can see that. Okay, that goes, the nut goes right in here, and the bolt goes in there, and that bolts the target solid to it. I'll show you the way it fits, so that you know. There, it goes in just like that. So that when it's on the T-post, you can see it puts it at the right angle to deflect your ammo downward. So that's the idea of that, and then like I said, that bolt goes right into there and bolts it down. So it locks it in place, which is very important even on those spinners, because those spinners I was talking to you about are not just the spinners but the swingers. You know how they'll wobble back and forth and sometimes fly off the hook or what? They're not going to with these, because it's made with this same system where it locks in. Now, I'll show you why I took this and left these loose. We're going to take them off. Okay, now I got all the parts off, and you can see I got the other one laying over here. And what we want to do with this is I've got the spacers. You know how before the spacers were out here? Well, this time we're putting the spacers on the inside. I'm going to lay this down, put the other bolt in, take the spacer off there, yeah, just like that. Put this one this way, just like that. So we're going to lay this down, take this, put it here, like that. Now the next one, we're going to do the same thing with it. I'll put the spacers here, take this, just like that. Then you put your nut on. Now, why would you want it that way? Because this is a dual-purpose hanger. Goes right on a 2x4, just like that. So now, this hanger does both T-post and 2x4. You tighten it up, and it can be a lot tighter around it, but I'm not tightening these down right now. I just wanted to leave that so you could see it, because the way I'm going to be using it is on a T-post. Or at least that's what I'm planning on right now. Maybe later if I get more of these, I don't know. But right now, they're planned on T-post because that's what we've got out there at Cedar Oaks, as you've seen. Now we're going to talk about this gadget. And also that target, that silver coating I was talking about. This is magnetic. Now why would you want to have this? What it is it's a stencil. So what I thought about doing is, and you can, any combination of colors you would want. But what I was thinking about doing is painting this all white, then putting the stencil on. But you put it up just like this. Cover that hole, because that's where it'll be to the edge of it, so that it will space out. Had it the wrong way. Just remember to put it on the right way. Anyway, now you can see it's spaced out, and the reason I got this up here is you can see as it comes around here, your gong would be the right space. What that's going to do is when you paint that stencil is going to leave it whatever color, such as if you painted it all white, then put this on there, and then painted red, this will end up all white when you remove it. Now, what I started thinking, because last night I took this out, I had it in the house, I put it in the dark, and I took a flashlight and flashed on it. It's really quite reflective. So, if say, and I'm not going to be shooting at night, but some of this competition now they'll have is like a nighttime competition, or the police will be practicing or whatever. Okay, you paint your target whatever color and leave it silver. It has a reflective look. That's what I'm thinking about doing, is because as you know at Cedar Oaks, we got a lot of shade, especially in the summer, a little bit darker area, and that might just show up a lot better. But that's what I'm going to try at first, and as you can see, it's going to leave that pattern right on the target, so that you've got a bullseye to shoot at. You know how I've always used these sticker targets? Well, now I'm going to have that, so that'll work real well. This will be used probably up on the 50-yard range. I've already got a T-post pounded in there. But as I said, whatever you want to do with colors, because if you want a color combination, if you don't want a stencil, that's fine. Don't get the stencil. But otherwise, you know, have it like that. You can have a color combination of black and red, whichever direction, or as I had suggested, the red with the white here, or you could use orange or yellow, or as I said, any color you can think of, and that's what you can do with this. Or, as I'm going to try, leave it the silver and see how it works out. Anyway, those are the targets, and again, these are called Ultra Mega targets, and this is the Ultra Mega bracket that I told you about. And make sure, if you go to the website, and I'm going to put the link for the website down in the description here, and you'll see, you can go right there and you can take a look, watch that video of how that other system that I was talking about works. And I'll also give you the link for the video on how, where they show how to assemble that bracket, or you can look right back here and watch it again. So anyway, that is Shooting Targets 7, and we're going to be using that, and next time we're going to be testing this out to see how it does with that 223 Norma frangible ammunition. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.